from the heart of Delta State. You are tuned in to Srtv Asaba.
Good morning and welcome to Srtv Morning News, reaching you live from our studios in Asaba, Delta State. It's Monday, the 21st of August, and I'm Obama Gabriel Joy. Thank you so much for joining us this morning as we bring you the stories making headlines across the country and beyond. The Olu of Warri urges Ishekiri people to turn their challenges into opportunities. APC wins all 13 chairmanship seats in Ebonyi State. NDLEA arrests a 101-year-old woman over alleged drug dealing. 7 killed in Niger road crash. Veteran actor Taiwo Hassan, popularly known as Ogogo, has died. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. The All Progressive Congress, APC, has won all 13 chairmanship and 171 councillorship seats in the Ebonyi State local government elections. The results were announced by the chairman of the Ebonyi State Independent Electoral Commission, Patrick Enyi. Among the winners is Hosborn Umahi, son of Works Minister David Umahi, who emerged chairman-elect of Ohauzara local government area. The Electoral Commission described the exercise as peaceful and fair, while Umahi's son pledged to focus on rural development, youth empowerment, and agricultural transformation. The APC described the sweeping victory as evidence of its growing dominance in the state. In other development, the Ministry of Defense has welcomed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's appointment of Minister of State for Defense Bello Matawale as Deputy Director, Security and Intelligence 1 of the APC 2027 Presidential Campaign Council. The ministry said the appointment reflects Matawale's experience in public service, security management, and political mobilization. Matawale will oversee security planning for campaign activities, intelligence and risk assessment, as well as coordination with security agencies and other stakeholders. Reacting to the appointment, Matawale thanked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the APC leadership for their confidence. He pledged to contribute to a peaceful and well-coordinated campaign ahead of the 2027 elections. In another political development, the All Progressive Congress in Abia State has lifted the ultimatum issued to Senator Orji Kalu and House of Representatives member Chris Nkwota over the alleged anti-party remarks. The party had earlier demanded an apology from the two lawmakers over comments supporting Governor Alex Otti of the Labour Party ahead of the 2027 governorship election. The decision was reached at the stakeholders meeting in Umuahia, where party leaders agreed to put the matter behind them as preparations for the 2027 elections continue. The party said the two lawmakers had reached out and explained their positions. A motion for their unconditional pardon was subsequently adopted in the interest of unity. Meanwhile, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is set to chair a high-level summit on critical minerals in New York next month. The third high-level roundtable on critical minerals development in Africa will hold on September 21st. on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly. The meeting will bring together African leaders, investors, development finance institutions, and representatives from the mining, technology, and logistics sectors. The summit will focus on increasing local processing of Africa's mineral resources and reducing the continent's dependence on exporting raw materials. Now we move on to business. Dangote Transport has unveiled a driver monitoring control room as its operational base in Ibeshe, Ogun State. The facility allows the company to monitor truck drivers in real time while they are on the road and identify risky driving behavior. The company says the system is designed to reduce accidents, improve driver performance, and protect other road users. Dangote Transport says the monitoring system complements measures including speed limiters, driver training, mandatory rest periods, and regular safety checks. Still in the business sector, Nigeria's listed energy companies recorded about 2.57 trillion naira in combined revenue in the first half of 2026. Seplat Energy led the group with revenue rising 30% to $1.82 billion, supported by higher oil and gas production and stronger commodity prices. Meanwhile, power generators, Geregu Power and Transcorp Power recorded declines in first half revenue, reflecting continued challenges in Nigeria's electricity sector. Seplat also reported a sharp rise in profits after tax while repaying $200 million of an outstanding debt facility during the period. In another business development, Chinese technology giant Alibaba plans to raise $10.2 billion through a new share sale in Hong Kong. The company says the proceeds will be used entirely to expand its artificial intelligence infrastructure and other AI capabilities. The share placement involves 80 billion Hong Kong dollars in new shares and has attracted strong investor demand. Alibaba has been increasing its AI spending, with the company already investing heavily in computing infrastructure and AI models. Moving on to security, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA has arrested a 101-year-old woman for allegedly dealing in illicit drugs in Ogun State. The woman, identified as Esther Ogumabo, was arrested in Ilisan with 90 grams of skunk, a strain of cannabis. She reportedly said she turned to drug dealing after a provisions shop was destroyed by fire. The NDLEA said her daughter, who allegedly supplied her with the drugs, was also arrested. The agency's chairman directed that the centenarian be granted bail and placed on counseling because of her age. In a separate operation in Akwa Ibom, the agency also intercepted cocaine concealed inside edible cassava flour, popularly known as fufu. The NDLEA said the operation was part of a wider crackdown that led to drug seizures worth more than 4.4 billion naira across the country. In another development, 7 people have been killed in a road crash along the Kutigi Bida Road in Niger State. The accident involved a Toyota Sienna and a Mazda vehicle. It occurred around 11:30 a.m. at Shebe village. 7 others were injured, while 4 people escaped unhurt. The only survivor amongst the Mazda's 8 occupants was a teenage girl who was unconscious after the crash. The Federal Road Safety Corps confirmed that 18 people were involved in the accident. Meanwhile, the Bayelsa State Police Command has rescued a 42-year-old woman after nearly 1 month in kidnappers' captivity. Esther Chinedu was abducted from a shop in Amasoma on July the 28th. Police said the kidnappers initially demanded 100 million in ransom before reducing it to 20 million naira. Operatives stormed the kidnappers' hideout in Ogumbri Forest at about 1:45 a.m., rescuing the woman unhurt and arresting one suspected kidnapper. The suspect, identified as 33-year-old Mark, reportedly confessed to involvement in the abduction. Police said efforts are underway to track other members of the gang. Still on security, joint security forces in Anambra State have killed 6 suspected armed secessionists during a gun battle in Ogbaru local government area. The operation involved the police, DSS, Army, the Navy, and community security personnel. The team trekked for about 4 hours through difficult terrain before reaching the suspected camp. The security forces recovered 2 pump-action guns and charms, while the suspected camps were dismantled. However, the operation came at a cost, as one security operative was killed and another injured after an explosive device reportedly detonated. In a related development, a 26-year-old woman has died after she was allegedly assaulted by her husband's alleged lover in Kitwe, Zambia. The deceased, Vaines Kanyama, reportedly confronted the suspect, Christine Tunwe, over an alleged affair with her husband. Kanyama was later found unconscious and bleeding near a market. A post-mortem reportedly showed that she died from blood clots on both sides of the brain. The suspect is reportedly on the run, while the victim's family is calling for justice. Kanyama leaves behind 3 children, including a 5-year-old. Also, a fire outbreak has destroyed 9 locked-up shops at the Nigerian Railway Shopping Complex in Ibadan, Oyo State. The fire started around 5 a.m. on Saturday and destroyed goods and equipment worth millions of naira. One trader estimated his losses at about 21 million naira, including fabrics, window blinds, and industrial sewing machines. The Oyo State Fire Services Agency said no casualty was recorded. Preliminary findings suggest an electrical surge may have caused the fire. Moving on to sports. A 72-year-old Brighton and Hove Albion supporter has died after becoming unwell while leaving the stadium following the club's match against Aston Villa. Despite prolonged CPR and efforts by emergency services and stadium medical staff, the supporter could not be saved. Brighton Chief Executive Paul Barber expressed shock and sadness over the death, offering condolences to the man's family and friends. The club also commended the emergency responders and staff who worked to save the supporter. Still on sports, Julian Alvarez, was booed by Atletico Madrid supporters as his side drew 2-2 with Villarreal in La Liga. Alvarez started on the bench and was jeered while warming up, with the reaction intensifying after he came on in the 66th minute. The Argentine has been linked with a move away from Atletico, with Arsenal and Barcelona reportedly interested. Atletico took the lead through Marc Pobil before Gerald Moreno equalized from the penalty spot. Villarreal then went ahead after Robin Lenormand was sent off, but Giuliano Simone scored late to rescue a point for Atletico. Alvarez headed down straight the tunnel at full time as the boos continued. Manager Diego Simone later said the forward's early departure had been agreed with the club. And now we move on to entertainment. Nollywood veteran actor Taiwo Hassan, popularly known as Ogogo, has died and will be buried in his hometown, Ilaro, Ogun State. Let's take a look.
My family, nobody called. My daddy is dead, sir. I don't believe them. I can't take 5 minutes ago. I want to go home. Please, let me go home, sir. I can't. Mommy. Please. I just told you I never should know how we are getting it. Sir.
What's her relation to you?
No, please, she's my sister. Tell her that they should buy my ticket so that I can go home. I want to go and see my daddy before he gets buried. Please.
Can you sit down?
No, I don't want to sit down, please. I don't want to sit down. She's pregnant. I don't want to sit down. I don't want to sit down.
The actor, who died at the age of 66, was reportedly or had been reportedly battling stage 4 cancer, with his daughters recently appealing for medical assistance after doctors said chemotherapy could no longer be administered due to his condition. Hassan was a prominent figure in the Nigerian film industry, particularly known for his contributions to Yoruba language movies. May his soul rest in peace. And finally, the Olu of Warri, Ogiame Atuase III, has urged the Ishakiri people at home and in the diaspora to turn the challenges confronting them into opportunities for growth and advancement. Speaking in the Thanksgiving service in Warri to mark the end of activities celebrating his 5th coronation anniversary, the monarch expressed confidence that the kingdom would overcome its challenges and emerge stronger. He urged Ishakiri people to develop the right perspective to recognize opportunities even in difficult circumstances, while attributing the progress recorded in the kingdom over the past 5 years, to God's grace, His protection, and provision. The Thanksgiving service featured gospel praise, worship, and hymns predominantly rendered in the Shakiri language. Now, before we go, here's the weather outlook for Monday, the 23rd of August, according to the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET. For the northern states, cloudy conditions are expected in the morning with thunderstorms and moderate rainfall likely across the region in the afternoon and in the evening. For central states, the morning will remain cloudy, while isolated thunderstorms with moderate rainfall are expected over parts of the Federal Capital Territory, Nasarawa, Benue, Kogi, Niger, and Plateau states later in the day. Southern states, Cloudy skies with light rain are expected over parts of Ebonyi, Enugu, Cross River, and Akwa Ibom. In the morning, Cross River, moderate intermittent rainfall is expected, and mostly across southern states later in the day. The weather advisory says that residents are advised to stay alert as strong winds may precede thunderstorms with possible disruption to movement and outdoor activities. Those in flood-prone and low-lying areas should avoid flooded roads and waterways, while motorists and pedestrians are urged to exercise caution during heavy rainfall. Electrical appliances should be disconnected during thunderstorms where necessary to prevent damage and electrical hazards. And that wraps it up on today's SRTV Morning News. Thank you for starting your day with us and staying informed. Remember to stay safe, stay connected, and make today a good one. Coming up at 10 a.m. is State of the Nation with Daddy Chris. Stay tuned. I'm Obama Gabriel Joy. Have a lovely Monday. Good morning.